Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my reaction to the 12th episode of Made in Abyss. So, last time, Riko was brought back to Nanachi's place, and Nanachi started to work on her body, healing it and whatnot. And Nanachi is a hollow, but we also saw another hollow living there, who seems to be much worse off than Nanachi, who is apparently an exception. Apparently most hollows lose their humanity and intellect and everything. Which, that is almost a fate worse than death, honestly. That would really... I couldn't even imagine. But, yeah. Nanachi sent Regu out to get materials for healing Riko. Well, it was mostly ingredients for dinner, but there was something there for healing Riko, so I guess it was still worth it. But yeah, we did get a flashback of Nanachi. I didn't really get too much from that, aside from that she used to know a white whistle, which is interesting. We haven't really met any white whistles in this series, aside from, Ozen, I think her name was. We've heard about some other ones, and obviously Eliza was one as well. Let's see. But yeah, Regu did bring back the stuff, and pretty much Nanachi ended up attaching these mushroom things to Riko, I guess, to suck out the poison, which is interesting. We did get a scene with Regu, which pretty much implies that he used to know Liza, before he lost his memories and everything, so that's interesting. I mean, maybe we were already supposed to know that and I just forgot, but in any case, yeah, I think that's all I really had to say on this one. I do like Nanachi as a character. She is quite interesting. A little different than I expected, but definitely interesting. So, yeah, let's get into the next episode. As usual, there'll be no audio or footage of the anime used in reaction for copyright reasons. There's a timer in the upper left-hand corner, and subs below me to help you follow along. And so, let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. So we have another person that's sick, pretty much. Wow, that hair. Yeah, they did mention, like, way back, something about people dying on their birthday. I have no idea what would cause something like that. Has he really recovered? Hmm. That is really weird. Well, it's probably related to the Abyss in some way. I can almost guarantee that. That abyss really does look so cool from that angle. That was quite the intro. But yeah, when it showed him sick, I pretty much immediately remembered that whole birthday curse thing that the one kid mentioned early on in the series. But I have no idea why he would suddenly get better. I mean, unless it was connected to Rico somehow and it went parallel to her getting sick and better, but I don't know why that would be a thing. That's the closest thing to a guess I can come up with, at least. But yeah, this is the second to last episode, and I have heard that the final episode will be a lot longer than usual. So that should be interesting. The true nature of the curse. Are we going to get some answers? Yes. Yeah, and that. Just the sounds that creature makes just gets to me. uh, I don't think she's trying to hurt her. I mean, how often do you really get visitors? Yeah, and like at the very beginning of last episode, I think it showed a very, very brief glimpse of what Mitty looked like before. Solid life advice there. Really? Huh. That actually is pretty cool and convenient. Could you imagine Rico waking up to that? In a strange place with a strange creature on her? But Nanachi is definitely an interesting character. A fitting name. More ways than one. Ugh. I'll pass, is what I would say. I mean, it looks worse than some of the stuff Rico came up with. Even if you say that. Well, it has fish in it. She's like, I have my own snack over here, I'm good. Yeah, that's the appropriate response. So clearly it's about as good as it looks. I mean, it makes sense that Hollow might have different taste buds. Or just an acquired taste. Huh. That is pretty much the premise of the series, yes. Oh yeah, we haven't addressed that yet, have we? Personal secret. I like how he just keeps violating her personal space. And she blushes every time. What exactly is that? Like an invisibility cloak? Of course it's a relic. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Oh wow. uh, so that's why going up is when it affects you, I guess. Because you're breaking through at that. Malice spilled floaty thing. Huh. That was a lot to take in. So the curse is basically like an invisible sheet with spikes on it. I know, right? It's pretty impressive. You know, I would at least ask what she wants it for before just handing it over. Meanwhile, Mitty is still cuddling with Rico. I just can't get used to that sound that she makes. Some advanced technology. A whistleblower? A black whistle. But that's not what he expected to see down there. Really, the black whistle wasn't a giveaway. I mean, he had difficulty with one of these before. I'm not sure I like the sound of that. That should be interesting. Oh. Do I have to? Huh. Makes sense. Hugs. But that Black Whistle's gonna be quite impressed. Yeah, he has a lot of rage to let out after that. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but Not sure it matters to him. But yeah, she hasn't seen that yet, has she? His incinerator. I think she's impressed. Nah. %. He's like, I was not ready for today. He might bite. You know, it's kind of funny that he said her orders were absolute and then just ignores them. Yeah, that was the important thing. Well, the ending theme does show them traveling together, doesn't it? Stop touching me. That took a dark turn. I guess I shouldn't surprise me in this series, but... it gave me chills nonetheless. Even a trail of blood. This series. I'm sure there was a point in this series where it didn't make me sad in every episode. I hate the cheeriness of this ending. But yes, as you can see, she does travel with them. Enrico, of course, seems fine in this part as well, so... and this is trying to mislead me, the three of them do travel together. You know, in the one episode that's left. The Challenges. I'm not sure what to make of that title, to be honest. Almost all the titles were pretty self-explanatory. That one's a little bit not. So, yeah. That was the 12th episode of MyAnimeLIst. And it was quite an episode, like the last one and the one before that. A lot to take in. We did learn more about the Curse of the Abyss. According to Nanachi, it's very much like a invisible blanket that covers you, that gets thicker the deeper down you go, that essentially has spikes on it, so when you try to go back up, that's when it hurts you. Which does make sense. It's definitely interesting. And the reason why Nanachi's place isn't affected by the curse too much is that it's further away from the vertical shaft. Which I think I heard somebody on the internet mention that before, something like that, but yeah, it all makes sense. But, of course, Nanachi's cooking was not great, to say the least. Even Regu, who was used to eating Riko's cooking, which probably also wasn't that good, couldn't stomach it. He saw it just leaking out of his mouth like that. And, yeah. Apparently the creatures in the abyss have some kind of future predicting thing, or at least that type of creature does. Which is why, in the episodes where they were initially attacked by it, they were basically wondering how it was doing, what it was doing, knowing what they were going to do. And, yeah, they did. Regu, at least, ran into a black whistle down there being attacked and was able to save him. So, yeah. And, of course, I had to end on a sad note with Nanachi asking Regu to kill Midi. Which, I guess, shouldn't be that surprising. She is very much a very pitiful existence. And it wouldn't surprise me if Nanachi thought about doing it herself, but just couldn't bring herself to do it. So, yeah. There really is. I have so much pity for that girl, I'm not even gonna lie. Every time she makes that sound, I feel like my eyes are about to start watering. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but anyway, it was a good episode, so let me know what you thought of the anime. What you thought of my reaction in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.